Welcome back to the Yappin podcast, episode number 17.
Let's go.
This is a huge episode. One that I looked forward to for a long time. And this is our first recorded podcast in the new year, 2025. Big plans, big ideas, big projects all coming this year.
Oh, yeah.
But this is the perfect time for an NFL video, NFL podcast, because the playoffs, the matchups are set, the bracket is set, and we're going to talk all about it. We're going to give you guys our predictions. We're
baby.
Over some, but
I don't care.
This is going to be interesting.
I don't care.
Yeah, I guess let's just start, right? So first, the Chiefs get the bye, so we don't play in the first round. Lions get the bye in the NFC, so they don't play next weekend. But yeah, we'll just start the AFC. Who plays first?
First game, my beautiful Chargers versus the Texans. We got the 5th seed. This is good. This is really good. We were praying on the Steelers to lose, and they lost. So that locked us in for the 5th seed.
You were really hoping for the Texans. Why? Why do you don't think the Texans are good?
It's not that I don't think the Texans are good. I think that every team made the playoffs for a reason, and I think that you're a good team to make the playoffs, and you had peaks throughout the season. But I think that any team in our position would want the same thing. It's about the easiest route, because if we would have had to face the Ravens in the first round, and let's just say by some miracle we beat the Ravens and go to the second round, we have to face the Chiefs. So it's like, that's not really an easy route. You know what I mean? Those are some hard teams to beat. So it's like, we want to get a playoff win. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think the easiest route to go would be through the Texans.
Yeah.
Because there's no way we could have faced the Steelers. But the only other
route would have been,
the Ravens, yeah.
Which is definitely a harder matchup. Mm-hmm. But would you be saying, like, if the Texans haven't dealt with these injuries that they've dealt with, do you think that it would still be, like, a good matchup? Like, if they still had Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell in that offense, would it be more of close? Like, would you be more nervous?
I would be definitely more nervous, just because I know I would be more nervous, but like, they kind of struggled, even with Stephon Diggs. Like, C.J. Stroud has been struggling this season.
I think that's his offensive line.
So, I don't really know what it has to do with, but I know that he hasn't really been the same as he was in his rookie year.
He took a sophomore slump for sure.
Yeah, a bit of a slump. I wouldn't say he's terrible, just a bit of a slump. But I think that's definitely the best path for us to go, because then if let's say we win that game, the second round we face the Chiefs, like, that's a hard team, you know. So, like, being able to divert and be able to go against the Texans was definitely the way to go. I mean, any team in our position,
I did some research. You guys haven't played the Texans in 2 years, since 2022.
I told you it's been a while.
They're not in our division, so you don't play them every year.
No.
The last time you guys won in 2022,
but they had a very bad team around that time.
CJ Stroud at the time.
No.
And you guys played them again in 2021, which I believe might have been the playoffs. And they won.
They played in the playoffs?
I don't know if it was the playoffs, but you guys played each other in 2021. It might have been the preseason. It was they won. They won 47 to 24.
Yeah.
But so I don't really think about that unless you guys played each other more recently. Then it would make more it would be like, oh, okay, we need to really look at this.
Yeah.
But since it was 2 years ago,
CJ, they didn't have Stephon. They didn't have CJ.
Completely different coaching staff.
They didn't have Joe Mixon. None of the players that they had at that time they have now. So it's like, it's pretty much, and that's another kind of thing that scares me, because at least when you have film, it's like, okay, this is the way the game went last time. This is how their team tried to attack us, and this is what went well for them. Okay, what can I do? Like, let's just say you're a safety guarding a tight end. How did he gain leverage over me, and how can I fix that for the next time, you know? But we don't have any film, so I
think this is going to be a close game.
I think so too.
They have
I really do.
Defense. They have Stingley Jr., their cornerback, who can lock down basically anyone, and they have some good D linemen that can rush the quarterback. It's in Texas, so they have the home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really on paper. I don't know. I think the reason that they weren't as good as last year, for one, Nico was on and off with injuries. You know that. You had him on fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously, Stephon Diggs is out. And then Tank Dell, like, when you saw Tank Dell go down and C.J. Stroud couldn't even control his own emotions on the football field, like, what kind of emotional, like, it's like your brother that just died, and, like, okay, it's not that serious, obviously, he didn't die, but
Yeah.
and it's like you're supposed to just pick it back up and go for a championship without two of your brothers. So do you think that will affect just something in the Texans organization, like how close C.J. Stroud was with Tank Dell?
Yeah, I don't know. It could definitely, like,
He was crying.
I mean, it could definitely put a fire under your ass and, like, make you want to go harder, or it can definitely take you back. So I don't really know. I haven't really watched the Texans. I don't know how they'll play without all of this happening. I know didn't they play the Titans on Sunday or something? Yeah, but I don't think they were really, like, playing like how they would play in the playoffs. So
that game on Christmas to the Ravens where they lost 31-2, I feel like that was like when you thought to yourself, like, okay, I don't think this Texans is gonna
see, that's one. If I was the Chargers and I was the coach, I would be like, we're watching this game. We're seeing what completely went wrong and what we're gonna do to kind of replicate what the Ravens did. What did they do that whole game to really hold the Texans down to only 2 points? Like, that's insane.
Yeah. So yeah, they beat the Cowboys 34-10 in November. They barely lost to the Lions in November. I don't remember that at all. 26-23. I'm gonna go Chargers. As much as it hurts my heart to say that, I'm sorry, Dad. But I have to stick to my gut, and I think it's gonna be like a 29-21, probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's my final prediction. Write it down. Put it on the board. What is yours?
Yeah, I think Chargers and Texans are gonna go neck to neck. I would be very surprised if either team gets blown out. But I think my prediction is 27-21 Chargers.
27-21.
Mm-hmm. Chargers.
The Chargers are the favorites, so
I think last game 2 against the Raiders, Quentin Johnston, like, completely popped off. Like, he had so many catches. Like, I think he almost had like 200 yards.
yeah. So this will be an interesting game.
Yeah, Quentin Johnston played amazing, which was really, really good because up until the year, like, he's just been talked about in the organization. Like, he just continues to drop. So it was good for him to have a big game, break some of his own records, gain his confidence so that this next game, like, he's feeling on top of the world, you know? He has a lot of confidence going into this Texans game.
So final prediction, obviously, and this is no bias, right?
Right, no bias, yeah.
When I've done all my predictions in the past, like, I literally have the Chiefs losing to the Bills last year. And I'm a Chiefs fan, so you can't be like, oh, like.
No. I for real really think that the Chargers are my favorites in this game, regardless of my affiliation with the Chargers.
Moving on. We have the 6th seed Pittsburgh Steelers going at the Baltimore Ravens. And initial thoughts, like, I feel like this will be the 3rd time that they will play each other this year. They definitely know each other. 2 good coaches. This is probably a top 2 to 3 rivalry in NFL history. Like, some of the toughest, most physical battles you'll ever see. And the Steelers, like, always give Lamar fits. Like, Lamar does great against everyone, but he struggles against the Steelers, I mean. So it's something to do with that defense that Lamar cannot figure it out. With that being said, I think the Steelers have been moving like this. Like, trajectory is like this right now. Like, they have not hit it.
They have lost like 4 in a row or 5.
Their peak right now. They've lost like 4.
Yeah, they have no momentum going into this game.
Like, that's everything.
Momentum is everything.
Like the Vikings, similar. Like, they just
like tanked.
like,
Yeah.
like this. now they're like, it's all
Yeah.
about momentum. So Ravens are at their peak right now.
It's about peaking at the right time, and yeah, the Steelers are not peaking at the right time.
I don't see an upset happening. Like I would be very, very shocked if the Steelers won this.
Yeah, me too. I don't see them winning.
Like I know Lamar,
At all.
I know Lamar doesn't really like in the past. He hasn't played like that great in the playoffs, but I think they're going to rely a lot on Derrick Henry. Like they're going to give him the ball a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be cold as hell.
Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews. I think they're gonna really use their big. I think they're gonna really open the field up. I think they're gonna rely on a lot of guys. Isaiah Likely's gonna have to step up. Bateman's gonna have to step up. They're gonna use Derrick Henry a lot. Mark Andrews a lot. Lamar's gonna definitely be running around doing what he does. You know what I mean? Maybe a few trick plays or so. But yeah, I definitely see the Ravens winning this for sure.
What's your final prediction then?
I think like 32.
On that, you're thinking they're going to score 32 on that Steelers
defense? 32-14 maybe, 10. 32-10, something like that.
I'm going to say, probably like 30 to 14.
I think like up
30 to
until
14.
I think up until the end it'll probably be a little closer, like 10 to like 24 or like 21 or something, and then just kind of towards the end the Steelers just kind of like
at some point Lamar figures it out.
Yeah.
At some point he's gonna.
And then he just throws for a couple touchdowns. Derrick Henry goes.
Is they playing?
I don't know. I think okay. So I read Coach Harbaugh said that there's a chance for him to play. It's I believe a knee injury, but that's all the information that was given. So I guess we'll have to see. But hopefully,
I don't feel like that's that. Like if another team lost their number one receiver, it'd be a bigger deal. I don't feel like
he's
like
not
Zay's
a big
their
deal.
number one, but it's like it doesn't feel the same as like let's say like the Cowboys lost CD or like the Vikings lost
or like
Justin
Tyreek
Jefferson.
Hill or yeah.
It'd be a bigger deal.
Right, yeah, for sure. This is a team that is
run,
like they use everybody. They don't just rely on one guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna Next up, we'll stay in the AFC for now. Number 7 seed Broncos barely making it in on that last game
Versus the
they
Bills.
played our B team against the Bills, one of the hottest teams in the league. Finished the season 13-4, first place in the AFC East. You want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll go. So this is what I told him initially because he had asked me. He said, who you think is going to win this game? And I had told him, I think this is going to be a very close game, closer than what people think. I feel like Broncos are that sneaky team that people underestimate. I feel like it could be that with the Texans, but I feel like the Broncos have this kind of like, I don't know, this kind of momentum, I guess you could say, that is like they're sneaky. Like people are underestimating them, but they could definitely snap. But I still see the Bills winning, but it's definitely going to be down to the wire type of game, in my opinion. I think it could come down to like a field goal or like a 2-point play kind of thing.
That's it. Like if the Bills underestimate the Broncos and they don't
take them serious,
as much as they should, they can lose this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
That defense is no joke.
Yeah, the Broncos defense is good enough to. Okay, let's just ask this: who's the Bills' number 1 receiver? Shakir?
Is it Shakir or is it Amari Cooper? I don't know.
It's
technically, I don't know who. It's probably Amari.
Like the Ravens, where it's like they kind of spread it around.
Yeah.
But PS2 is locking down one of those people.
One of those two, yeah.
The best cornerback in the league. Everyone
probably Amari, right?
So
or Khalil. I don't know.
And I'm kind of hyping up the Broncos. I fucking hate myself right now, but the Broncos have like one of the best pass rushers, like some of the best pass rushers. They like had like second most sacks this year.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Bills' offense it's not going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
That Broncos defense is no joke. And then you know what? I feel like Bo Nix kind of reminds me a little bit of Josh Allen a little bit sometimes. Great passer, can throw it deep, isn't scared to run.
Yeah, he's not scared to run.
That's a toughness thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what really is going to pay them dividends in the playoffs. What scares me is can the Broncos score enough points against that Bills defense?
It's also how the Bills defense shows up that day, because I've seen two Bills defenses this year. One defense that's like locked down good, but then I've seen another side of their defense where you can definitely see a lot of their imperfections and a lot of holes that they still kind of miss. But I mean, it really is just how you show up that day. To be fair, I think like they kind of got their confidence up winning against the Chiefs. I know it was against your backups, but still getting that ball moved around, getting touchdowns, it got to feel good. You know, you're still playing professionals at the end of the day. So it kind of builds their confidence up a little bit. So they got to be feeling, you know, happy. They clinched the playoffs, you know, first time since 2018 or whatever it was, or something like that. Sometime it's been some time, or 2015, whatever it was. So they got to be feeling happy, you know what I mean? And this is the first time for Bo Nix going to the NFL playoffs, so they got to be feeling proud of themselves. But I don't know. It really depends how they show up. So
I think that Broncos defense can definitely keep them in the game. I just don't know if the Broncos offense, like, can they run the ball efficiently? Because in the playoffs, you're gonna run the ball more.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we can really trust Estime or whoever their second running back is. And
Estime.
if the Bills on defense know that like you can't run the ball, they just sit back and wait for you to pass. I don't think that they're gonna have a chance. I don't think they're having like. I'm stumbling with words right now. That's how excited I am about that.
I know.
But
you're saying like they're not gonna have really much weapons on the offensive side that you
they have
think.
the weapons, but I think.
Who are their weapons?
The running game is gonna be good enough.
So they don't have a weapon.
No, they have weapons. They have Cortland Sutton. They have Marvin Mims.
That's not a weapon.
Cortland Sutton's not a weapon.
That's a utility.
That's a box cutter.
That's not a weapon. You're trying to say that's like an AK-40. That's no AK-47, bro. That's not a weapon.
Pocket knife. That's a pocket knife.
Bro, that's a toenail clipper. I'm playing, bro. No disrespect, but like, I mean,
what I'm saying is, if there was any upset,
it would be that one.
The Bills haven't been playing great this year. I still don't think they have a true number one receiver.
Also, keep in mind, the Bills almost got beat by the Patriots. That was very surprising to me because this is a hot team. They're doing good, and they were neck to neck with the Patriots. Yeah, remember it was like 24 to something. They ended up
bench their starters.
They ended up winning. No, not this previous game.
Weeks ago?
Yes, the one that was a couple weeks ago. Josh Allen was playing. I remember.
Yeah.
Because he ended up like hurting his hand or something, but in one of the plays. But it was a close game up until that point that he got his hand hurt. He was still playing, but it was still a very close game for Bills Patriots. I don't know.
It's hard for me to like if I had to put money on it. It's hard for me to bet against the Bills.
Yeah.
Just with how good that Josh Allen has played this year, and the defense has been good. Like defense has been above average, but yet again, like I wouldn't be really that much surprised. I would be surprised if the Broncos won, but I just feel like they've been good enough this year for that defense, and that defense can lock the Bills down. But no one has locked the Bills offense down all year. Like I don't know.
Also, like I feel like the Bills have like this like revenge that they want to get. Like I feel like they're out for blood, you know what I mean? Like they've been getting into the playoffs year after year, or I guess you know, for the past few years, and like they get past the first round or whatever and then they fucking lose. So it's like I think this time like they really want it. It seems like it. The team looks different, honestly. It does. So we'll see.
Like, it kind of feels like Josh Allen is trying to send the world a message after losing his top two receivers.
You said.
After his top two receivers, doesn't it feel like he's on, like, his revenge tour, you know?
Maybe that was, like, the issue, though. A lot of people don't realize, like, yeah, you could have a big-name receiver who is really, really good and has very, very good talent, but sometimes those big-name receivers – they want a lot. They want all the stats. They want the ball constantly. They want all the accolades. They want all of that because they want more for them. And, like, it's good, but it's also, like, that's not being a team player. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, like, you're just really looking out for yourself. And I think if you want to be a team that, you want to win championships or a championship or multiple championships, like you need to be a team player. You need to have that team chemistry where y'all are like brothers. You feel me? Like, and I don't think Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen were that.
So what's your final prediction, Andrea?
Bills 23-20.
Yeah, I could see that. You
Or-
don't think the Broncos what's the
Or like
what's
25
the
25.
What's the chance the Broncos win? 30%?
I mean, I think it's, I mean, at the beginning of the game, it's 50-50 because it's 0-0. But as we after halftime. Nah, I think, I mean, yeah, I think.
Imagine the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos all make it to the second round. Like, they're the final four in the AFC, and it's 3 teams from our division.
That'd be insane. I wonder if that's ever happened before.
That's a good question.
I don't think it has.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think 23-20, Bills win.
Yeah.
Game winning kick. Who knows?
I think James Cook goes in for a touchdown, and I think Kincaid will go for a touchdown.
All right, that's it for the AFC. We're gonna go down to the first round of the NFC. Number 7. No, we'll go down here. We'll go to number 5. The Vikings. What a game last night against the Rams, and the Vikings were 1 game away. All they had to do was beat the Lions. They would have been the 1 seed. They would have been sleeping on the couch next week watching all these games, and now they have to play. They have to go to LA and play a very tough Rams team that has Super Bowl DNA, probably Hall of Fame quarterback, I would say, in Matt Stafford. Very good coach.
McVay. I like McVay.
I don't even know. This might be like the closest game of the first round. Like,
I think so too.
This might be the hardest one to pick, and I haven't even decided who I think.
I haven't either.
I'm gonna figure it out right now.
Me
as
too.
we're talking. So you guys are getting the live. What's in Jaden and Andrea's brains? Like, you're getting an inside look. Like, there's a camera right here. You're getting
low key though, the Vikings fucked up because if you're in that division, your ideology is like the Lions have all these injuries. Like, if they get a week bye, they get more rest. So low key, they kind of fucked up on that.
People are saying that the Lions are now, like, that just made them the favorites to win in the NFC because of that rest that they're gonna get.
Yeah,
they're gonna get a bunch of guys back that have been injured.
Yeah.
If the Lions were to lose and to have to play the Rams, then it'd be a different story.
Exactly.
So, I told you this yesterday. I feel like the Lions just gave the Rams a blueprint on how to beat the Vikings.
Literally.
And that is play man to man. Like this, like you never see this happen. They played hella man to man, and they blitzed like 50% of the time.
It was like 1-on-1 on Justin Jefferson.
You guys don't know, like, they don't have the personnel. Yeah, they didn't have the personnel to guard Justin Jefferson 1-on-1. And they still did it. The fucking defensive coordinator was saying, we're just going to say, fuck it. We're just going to blitz them. And what that showed, because I watched the entire game. This is like probably the first game, other than the Chiefs, that I watched from start to finish. And it showed that, like, when Sam Darnold's under pressure and getting blitzed, he's not accurate. He kind of gets overwhelmed.
Yeah. Well, I think for, like, their defense, I think they were, like, disguising it because I think they were making it seem like they were going to go into man-to-man coverage, but then they would disguise it and then they would have, like, a safety come in and blitz and, like, try to get to the quarterback. So then that would put pressure on the quarterback, on Sam Darnold, and he would have to, like, move out of the pocket. But every time he would go to move, it was like Sam Darnold's vision was terrible. Like, he could not, like, find anyone, because obviously you got to find somebody in, like, 2 seconds. Like, you got to look quick, and he was not able to.
That's what's made him so good all year. Sorry to cut you off. That whenever he has time, that's when he's, like, great. When he has a perfect pocket, no one's in his face. And also, like, do you think that, like, after playing this game that they just played against the Lions, how, like, you're pouring everything into that game? It's basically a playoff game. You're pouring all your emotion. You're being physical as fuck. Like, going from that to now playing an actual playoff game, do you think they can recover from that Lions game physically, emotionally, mentally? Like, that's a tough game to come off of.
It is.
Probably your worst performance of the year in the biggest stage, on the biggest lights, for the number 1 seed, one of the biggest regular season games of all time. It's never happened before. Like, how are they going to be able to come back from that? That's going to be on the coaches, but do you think they're able to do that?
I don't know. Like we said again from the beginning, momentum is everything, especially in football. Especially these guys that don't have rest, like these two other teams that get rest. The Chiefs and the Lions are the only two teams that get a week bye. Everybody else relies on your momentum, and you got to be able to peak at the right time. And I felt like the Vikings peaked a little early. They're coming down from their peak. They were at their peak. Everybody was like, oh, shit, are they the real deal? Their defense is crazy. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison going insane. Now it's kind of like, yeah, like this team this game just completely exposed the Vikings and all their weaknesses. And it's like, yeah, Sam Darnold is good, but he's not great.
I feel like it was like him coming back down to like
come back down to reality. Yeah. Because I feel like that happens a lot in sports. Like you have like a span of like 4 games where you're like elite, but then you come down to like, okay, like can you keep that up for like a whole season or multiple seasons? Like, you know what I mean? Like he's good, but he's not up here. You know what I mean? So,
you know, like I feel like just because that though, like doesn't mean the Vikings can't win this game. Another thing, do the Rams have the personnel to do what the Lions just did? I don't know. I don't even really know who the Rams have on defense, but
on their defensive side, I'm not sure. But if Cooper Kupp gets involved, and obviously Puka is a stud, and they have Kenneth Walker. Who's their running back? What's his name? Not Kenneth Walker.
Oh my God, I'm blanking now.
No,
too.
What's his name? Kyren
Williams.
Yeah, if Kyren plays peak, I don't know. Something is telling me the Rams. I'm sorry, and I really want to root for the Vikings because I love going for underdogs and like, you know, teams that have like were terrible at one point and like are coming up. But something is telling me they're sleeping on the Rams, and Matthew Stafford and that Puka Nakua connection is absolutely insane. Like they have a really, really good connection, and Stafford has been in the playoffs plenty of times. Sam Darnold, I've never heard of him being in the playoffs. Has he ever even been in the playoffs, Jaden?
No.
Exactly. I don't know. And that's something else too. But playoff pressure is a real thing. Can your quarterback perform under pressure?
I think this is gonna be a close game though.
It'll be close. It's
gonna be low scoring.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know because there's both pretty good offenses. Okay, let's. I still don't even know who I'm with. Pick to win. It looks like you're gonna pick the Rams.
I'm picking. Can I? Oh, go ahead.
Better offense. I'd probably lean. I'd probably lean towards Rams on the better offense side. Barely.
I think it's just because they have a more established quarterback. If the Vikings had a bit of a more established quarterback, I think I would say the Vikings because they have Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in the league, and then, if not the best, and Jordan Addison, a really good second receiver.
This is a really evenly matched game.
It's very evenly
Vikings
matched.
Probably have better defense by a little bit. I don't know. Go ahead and pick. I'm still thinking. I don't know. Pick your prediction.
My gut is telling me Rams, and I'm gonna stick with my gut. Rams 27-25.
Bro, I'm so torn with this.
And it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna come down to the wire. It's gonna come down to like 30 seconds, 2 timeouts. One team has the ball. Make or break time.
I feel like Matt Stafford is like one of the most clutchest. Like I feel like he's clutch.
He is,
and I don't know.
And he's calm and collected.
Because if it's gonna come down to like a 2 minute scenario, I would just trust him more than I trust Darnold.
Yeah.
You know.
And the one thing that really, really, really upset me with Sam Darnold, I was about to call him Sam Arnold, is he was like in the red zone like 4 times yesterday's game, and he could not do anything, and they were passing the ball every single time, and he was like they chose like 4 different routes. Like, not only some of it was his fault, some of it wasn't, like, but the times that it was his fault, it was like overthrown balls or just like throwing them when they're obviously just covered. They're in tight coverage, and you're throwing that, risking getting an interception. Like it just really. What?
Water.
Oh.
I think that I would not be surprised if the Rams blitz a lot. They're gonna blitz a lot. And I'm gonna go with the Rams here. I feel like it's like very close though, but I'm gonna say Rams.
Yeah.
34, Vikings 32.
Wow.
Or no, Vikings 33. 1 point win.
Okay. Okay. Mine was, what did I say, 25-27?
So,
okay.
Moving on up in the NFC, we have another great game. We have the number 6 Commanders at the number 3
Buccaneers. This is actually a more it's a more even matchup too, this one. This is not like it could definitely be this could also be a very good
absolutely
game.
No idea who's going to win this game. And I don't even know what my gut is telling me right now, because I feel like the Buccaneers are really up and down. Sometimes they look like they can beat anyone. Sometimes they lose weird games, and they were losing that game against the Saints in the first half. They had to come back and win. Commanders, Rookie of the Year most likely, and Jane Daniels. I haven't watched a ton of Commanders games or Buccaneers games. I mean, do you know who you're gonna pick?
I already know who I'm gonna pick, baby, because I know with this one man that they're not gonna be able to figure it out, bro.
Who is it?
This big man, Vita Vea, is a monster, and I think he's gonna come out crazy. So I think, yeah, he's gonna carry everybody on his.
Can you imagine?
Bro, he's huge.
Can you imagine him hugging Jane Daniels, like just the sack that might, because Jane Daniels is so tiny.
He's so skinny, bro. I'm telling you, Vita Vea they're gonna definitely try to execute some crazy packages to get Vita Vea involved and get Jaden Daniels crushed.
So you're really gonna say because of Vita Vea?
I think that's a big factor. I mean, also I also think the Commanders' run game compared to the Buccaneers' run game is better. They got pretty much 2 RB1s, Bucky Irving, who has been great, and Rashid White. Or what's his name? Rashid or Rashad? Rashad.
I think I'm... Wait, are you done for it?
No. Yeah, and then Mike Evans, they left their season on a high note, getting him that ball and getting him his incentive money or whatever it was, his bonus money. And then, I just think they got a little bit more weapons. And I think that Baker is a little more, I'm
gonna
developed, I guess you could say.
I'm gonna stick to my gut. Originally, when this first came out, I said Bucks are gonna win. And yeah, like you said, we haven't seen Jane even play a playoff game. We don't know how he's gonna be in this scenario. Baker's played a few of them, the nerves might get to Jaden. This happens. This happens a lot when a rookie quarterback plays in the playoffs. It's a different stage. You're on everyone's watching. The lights are all on you.
Mm-hmm.
The Rookie of the Year,
and all the blame goes on you.
Buccaneers have a pretty good defense. Yeah, like you said, Vita Vea is going to be a problem.
Oh yeah.
Mike Evans is going to be out there fucking showing everyone how good he is. It's going to be at Tampa. They got the home field advantage. I'm going to go Bucks. I think also because I feel like they've been kind of playing playoff games the last couple weeks, trying to get into the playoffs. So it's like they've been high-stake games. So their mindset's already been like playoffs. I think the Commanders already clinched a playoff spot like a few weeks ago. So they've been chilling,
Yeah.
But this is another game where I could see both things happening. I could see the Commanders winning, but I could see the Buccaneers winning. It's a really good game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Bucks.
Just overall, I think
feel like it's gonna be a low-scoring game. I feel like it's gonna be like 16-10.
Could be.
What do you think?
I think it's gonna be like 17-27 Bucks.
Oh, we've agreed on every single game so far. This is not a good sign, babe.
Yeah. I think like I said, I think Buccaneers are also Buccaneers run game is better. I think their weapons on the receiving side are a bit better on the Buccaneers side. I think Jaden Daniels is great.
Do they have Marshawn Lattimore now?
They do have Lattimore, but
has he played?
one guy, I don't know.
I don't even know if he's played.
I don't know,
He
actually.
will be on. Ooh, you know what? If he does play and if he guards Mike Evans, that's like they have a lot of history.
Oh, really?
They have a lot of history, like of fighting and shit in the game.
Why?
He used to play on the Saints. The Saints and the Buccaneers, they're on the same division, so they play each other twice a year. So it's kind of like a lot of beef there. And actually, a couple of years ago, when Tom Brady was on the team, Lattimore was talking shit to Brady. Mike Evans came over and shoved him like.
Oh, I think I remember this. It was
crazy.
And Brady started talking.
It's
right?
a real beef.
And he never talks. Brady, he started saying stuff back.
Lattimore's like a real shit talking corner, which there's a lot of those.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
And Mike Evans seems like a good guy.
Here's the thing, though. Brady, Buccaneers played without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, so they have a lot of other guys. They have what's his name, Shepard.
Wait, Mike Evans is gonna play.
I know. I'm just saying that because of that, I think that the Buccaneers have played without Mike Evans. Yeah. So I don't really think that just because Lattimore guards Mike Evans, I don't think that really doesn't concern me that much.
Shepard and McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan and Shepard really stepped up, and then they have Kate Otten yeah. So I don't know. I'm going with the Bucks here. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
I really like the Commander Cinderella story, and I think it's great. But I'm picking the Bucks.
I'm kind of having second thoughts now. I feel like we might be getting this wrong, babe.
No, you go. You pick whatever you want.
My initial gut feeling was Buccaneers, but the more I'm thinking about it, I think the Commanders might win.
Who's on their run game? Just Austin Eckler, or is he out?
They got Brian Thomas Jr. Right?
Oh.
Fuck, who do I go with? Who was the favorite? Who do you think is the favorite? Odds makers, because there's always at least one upset every year, babe. There's always one. Oh, it's not gonna say. Sorry, can you keep talking real quick?
Yeah, that's why I think the Bucks are gonna win. But you're right, there is always an upset.
Tampa Bay is the favorite.
By 3?
So I'm gonna go Commanders. Fuck it, I'm going Commanders. There's gonna be an upset. It happens every year. We can't just keep going with
I think who's the favorites for the Rams and Vikings game? Check that. Cause I pick Rams and I feel like they're not the favorite.
Rams Vikings?
Yeah, who's the favorite for that?
We picked the Rams, right? Yo, be careful, buddy.
I thought that was a microphone.
The Vikings are the the Vikings are the favorite.
Yeah, I picked the Rams. I think that's gonna be the upset.
Okay, but that's not as big of an upset. I think the Commanders. I'm going Commanders, man.
All right.
I'm going Commanders.
Okay, Commandy.
$100 right there.
$100 Monopoly money.
But I'm gonna go Commanders. 55. No, I'm just playing.
Damn.
24 to 16.
I think this is actually gonna be a high scoring game. Actually, surprisingly, yes, I do. I think it's gonna be 32 to 28.
Okay. Final first round matchup. Number 7 Packers at the number 2 Eagles. I don't think this is And did you hear the news? Christian Watson's out for the year.
Really? What happened?
Injured. I think it was the ACL.
Ooh.
I don't think this is. We don't have to talk much about that. I think the Eagles are winning. Eagles are gonna win this.
Yeah.
It might not even be close.
Really? You're that?
The Packers are not. They don't have momentum right now going into the playoffs. They're not. They didn't hit their peak.
They just lost to the Bears.
They just lost to the Bears, and I feel like they were trying to win that game too.
Yeah, it seemed. That's what I was trying to tell you. I'm like, they were definitely trying to win that game because they were going at it till the end.
If you just lose to the Bears, that's like a real. You're at your
gut punch. It's like losing to the Raiders, guys. It's terrible.
That's even worse.
Or the Cowboys or something. That sucks. The Giants. Yeah, that I'm sorry, but Eagles are winning that. Their defense is playing at peak right now, up to par. Saquon, I mean, there's not much to say about that. Their O-line is great. Receivers are great. A.J. Brown is great. Devontae Smith, like, their tight end is great. Only question, though, I know Jalen Hurts got a
I was just about
little.
to say,
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's gonna play. That'd be a huge decision.
No, I heard that he is going to play.
No, they just announced something a couple hours ago.
What do they say?
He
Remains in
concussion
protocol.
So, that's big news.
That changes everything.
And also Jordan Love didn't.
Who's their backup? Eagles backup.
Jordan Love was also hurt in that game, but.
Oh, they got Kenny Pickett. Fuck no, Kenny Pickett.
It's Monday though. The game is Sunday. That's a lot of time. He can leave the concussion protocol.
I feel like he'll be good by that time.
But
that's pretty much a
is he
week.
gonna play? If he doesn't play, that's huge. I think he will play.
I think he will. He should be good by Sunday next week.
And I think the Christian Watson injury, that's huge too. I think they only have Jaden Reed now, and the Eagles' defense is like the best defense in the league this year. I'm gonna say Eagles. Saquon's gonna go off. It's probably be 34.
I heard the Green Bay Packers pass rush is really good. So,
who has the best offensive line in the league? The Eagles.
True.
You think Lane Johnson and Mailata are gonna? The Packers do have a good D line though.
Yeah. I still think Eagles will win. Give me the Eagles. I feel like Saquon could have a big game. He could have like two touchdowns. Yeah. Maybe 3, especially if Hurts comes back and they don't want to they want to make.
If Hurts is hurt, then Saquon's getting the ball 34 times.
Well, he can't play if he's in concussion, right?
No.
Yeah.
Concussion protocol. It's not like one of those things where
I think they're strict, right?
It's not like if you had an ankle injury, but you tell them like I'm fine, like I feel good. Like the concussion protocol, you have to pass tests.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of tests, and with your ankle, you could just tell them like you can.
You're fine. Yeah.
Like I'll just play through it. I'll just shoot me up with some Percocets like Aaron Rodgers, It'll be fine.
Wrap it up.
Well, we should go into the second round. Why not?
Yeah.
This entire playoff bracket. If we get this 100% right, I feel like they should give us like some money or like a gift.
Yeah, they should reward us.
Yeah. Back over to the AFC, considering since the Chiefs had a first round bye, that would put this is a great matchup. The Chiefs against the Chargers, a matchup that is going to divide family members, that is going to divide relationships. I
didn't know we were divided.
It's going to basically be World War III in this house if that happens. So I'm getting my guns ready.
What guns? You don't got no gun. You swear.
We don't know if that's going to happen, but you go first. I'll go first.
Why? You guys been on a week bye.
I'm biased. 2 weeks off. We've beaten you guys twice already, which that doesn't mean anything because the playoffs is different, right? If I was to sit here and say that you guys don't scare me at all, that I would just be lying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm realistic. You guys have fought us hard both games. We haven't been easy, But also, who's hitting their peak right now? The Chiefs. I don't care about the Broncos game. That was their B team. We're hitting our peak right now. I'm gonna go Chiefs. Like I just don't see us losing to the Chargers. I could see us losing to the Ravens and the Bills, but I just can't see us losing to the Chargers. I don't think that you guys have the talent on offense, on the receiver side of things. McDuffie is gonna lock down, which I know you hate when I say this. He's gonna lock down whoever comes.
Quentin Johnson.
Is that Quentin Johnson? Is he coming to McDuffie Island?
DJ Chark.
I don't know. Whoever decides to go, they better bring their floaties. They better bring their sunscreen because it's going to be a long day in that sun on McDuffie Island. But the defense, I think you guys have a good defense. I'm going to say Chiefs charge. I'm going to say Chiefs win 28-18.
Okay. I'm on the other side. I kind of disagree with momentum because you guys had a week bye. So I don't
2
really,
weeks, 2 weeks.
yeah, 2 week bye. I don't really think there's momentum there. You guys just been chilling at home, eating chips, getting fat, you know. So you're gonna be rusty. Us on the other hand, we got the momentum. So let's just say, what the heck? That was weird, huh?
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Can you hit the button? No. Oh, it's on a timer. Hit mine, babe. You think that Patrick Mahomes has been sitting on the house eating chips? He has kids to take care of. Hit it again. I want it to be white. There you go. Perfect.
So, no, I'm just being sarcastic. But I really do think that the momentum thing is kind of like, they've been kind of like, you know, they have 2 weeks off. It's known. You're gonna be a little bit rusty when you come back. It's not anything that hasn't happened before. Per se, this is all if the Chargers win against the Texans. Like, we're going to be off that momentum of, like, winning 5 games in a row at that point. So it's like, we're going to be feeling great. You guys beat us twice already in the regular season. Like, we don't want to lose 3 times in a row. We don't want to get beat 3 times in a row. After so many times of trying to win, there comes a time where we actually come through and win. And I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be 28-25 Chargers.
Tight game.
And I think Chargers get their revenge back that they've been wanting to get at the right time.
If you guys do that and make it to the AFC Championship and knock down the team that no one can knock down, that'd be like fucking insane.
Plus, I'm showing all bias here because I'm rooting for my Chargers, and I'm never gonna say.
Remember, we said no bias.
And you literally said you were being biased too.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
When?
Literally before you said.
With who? The Chiefs?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm not biased. This is unbiased prediction.
Yeah, unbiased though. I still think the Chargers win just because, like, what?
Would you put money on
Jaden, you guys have won twice in the regular season. You really think that the Chargers are going to really let you have a third game?
It's the Chiefs we're talking about.
Oh, you really think the Chargers want to go 0-3 for the whole season?
It's the playoffs.
This is the season on their line.
They
don't want to go home. Harbaugh doesn't want to go home. They've been on a 5-game winning streak. So why are you telling me, like, no?
All right. Well, we don't even know if that matchup is going to happen yet.
Yeah, right.
They beat the Texans.
So then on the other side would be Bills.
No. Yeah, okay. I thought you meant like NFC side.
No, Bills, Ravens.
And Bills would have the home game. I don't think they played each other this year, so that's
interesting.
We talked about this a little bit. If that were to happen, wow, you know what? That's a good game because the two people that are in the MVP conversation are Lamar and Josh. Obviously, like, the MVP doesn't, like, the playoffs is not involved. It's just a regular season award.
Yeah.
That would be a game. I don't even know where to start with that. I feel like there's so much things to go through. Because you got to go through. You got to go through a lot. I mean, fuck, who the fuck would be favored in that? That's, like, such a good matchup.
That is such a good matchup. I think it would be an even, like, split. Like, it's going to be a great matchup, but... Fuck, they're both like Josh Allen and Lamar, kind of same. I mean, like they can throw, they can both run, and they both got. I think Ravens have a better running back, obviously, but
I would probably lean towards the Ravens in that one.
I would lean towards the Ravens too
because of Derrick Henry. I think because of Derrick Henry,
and I think if the defense steps up the way it's been stepping up, then I think Ravens win for sure. I don't think it's like a landslide, but I think it'll be a tight game still.
I think from top to bottom, the Ravens have the better team, and I think Lamar has. I think he's been better this year than Josh by a little bit. Like, I think he deserves to be MVP. If you look at the statistics, he has better statistics than Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Something's telling me Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
And I think Ravens. I think definitely Ravens. It might not even be close. Now that I'm thinking about it. What's your final prediction for that?
Ravens.
I know. What's the score?
35-28.
So you have it high scoring.
High scoring. Because they're both gonna wanna like they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy.
I'll say
In my opinion.
42-28. Lamar, baby.
Locking it in.
All right, NFC time. It would be the Lions. So this would be different for me because I picked the Commanders to win. So I'll go first.
Okay.
So my side of the bracket would be the Lions versus the Commanders. Lions would be coming off a bye week. It would be at Detroit. This would be actually insane if the Commanders actually win that game. Like Gene Daniels, rookie quarterback. But it's not happening.
No.
It's not happening. This is like the command. Like they're like a fly. I'm flicking across the room.
Lions ain't letting that shit happen.
If they can get Monty back, some of these guys on the defense, obviously Hutchinson wouldn't come back to the Super Bowl, but some of these other guys coming back, fresh as fuck.
Terry Arnold, didn't he
full
get
of-
hurt?
Last
Arnold?
game?
Mm-hmm.
Did he? I don't know.
You said he did.
Did I? Oh, he did. Yeah, he did get hurt.
Bro.
Look at you with the NFL knowledge.
He acts dumb,
I'm
guys.
gonna go Lions. I'm gonna go Lions, and it would be 30-6. And then your match.
Damn, 30-6. What the fuck did they go to the playoffs for? Yeah, what the fuck?
And then your matchup would have been Lions versus Rams. That's a good game.
This is the matchup that people want. This is the matchup that the
Rematch.
USA wants. If you live in the USA, you want this matchup, okay? Matthew Stafford showing up back in Detroit, and Jared Goff there in his home, in his throne. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a great game. It's going to be a fucking insane game, just like the last time they played in the playoffs. It was fucking insane. It's definitely one of those games that could still go either way, just because the Rams just kind of the history there, you know. Yeah, but
You know, the history is like Jared Allen was traded.
I know the history, babe.
Like, there's a lot of history.
I know.
A lot of history.
No way, I know. Yeah, so I'm definitely picking the Lions here.
Ooh, I thought you were
The
gonna say
Lions
Rams.
are not letting anything get in their fucking way. This is their year to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know about winning the Super Bowl, but this is their year. Give me the Lions. But it's a tight ass game. Give me a 27-28 game.
Eminem will be in there.
Eminem's gonna be up in that hoe, going like this.
I think that the Lions getting the 1 seed was so big. Like,
It was huge for them.
I still don't know if they're better than the Eagles.
Jameer Gibbs, yeah, he's him, bro. He's him. He's him.
That's enough, Andrea. That's enough.
He's him.
That's enough.
He's him.
And then my matchup.
Penai Sewell, yeah, he's him, bro.
My matchup would have been Eagles Rams. That's a good game.
Which one?
Eagles Rams.
Oh, that's a good game too.
I don't even know. I think the Eagles have been so good this year. They've been so good this year. Their offensive line. There's the Saquon Barkley. And I'm pretty. You know what? They played each other this year, and Saquon went off for like 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Rams couldn't stop him, and I think that's what's gonna happen again.
Woo!
Saquon is him.
Woo!
Saquon is him.
Say Quizzle.
Sequindo.
Say
Rapido.
The big thighs. The big, what is it called? Quads.
Big quad.
Oh my God. He's got some, he's like, he looks short, but his
So-
quads are like.
I'm gonna go Eagles in that one. As much as I love Matt Stafford and Puka and Cooper Kupp, like they're just good, like good guy, like good people to root for, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the Eagles are just so good from top to bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that the Rams defense is good enough to stop that Eagles offense. So, Eagles win that 25-15. And then your matchup would have been
Eagles, Bucks.
Eagles Bucks, yeah.
Eagles, Bucks. That's a good game. But give me the Eagles there. I
Not even
mean,
close.
I think it would be. I think it would be like a normal
Wait,
game.
the
Like
Bucks beat them last year in the playoffs. Remember that?
they did. Yeah, but they didn't have Saquon.
That's true.
Saquon changed a lot of things for this team. Honestly, he kind of flipped this team. Like just gave this team another layer. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like because they got Saquon, their defense stepped up. Because they got Saquon, their O-line got better. Like, because they got Saquon, like, there's a lot of things going on. You know what I mean? So, I think Eagles win that.
Score.
I think it would be like a 34-20.
Okay.
Eagles.
Back over to the AFC. Now this is where the AFC championship and the NFC championship go on. You will go first. You said the Chiefs lose to the Chargers. So that would make it
Chargers, Ravens.
Ravens.
Give me hardball
Oh.
part 2. But this time, the Harbaugh brother falls
What do you mean?
again. I think the Ravens would win.
Wow.
That was a good build-up, though, right?
I was about to flip out on you. You said that you guys would beat the Ravens.
I think that at that point, yeah, the Ravens would win against the Chargers. Still, I would be surprised if the Chargers win. I mean, but it is in past seasons with other teams. Harbaugh, our coach Harbaugh, has been known to flip their team from losing records, take them to the playoffs, take them to the conference champ, and then they lose in the conference champ. So I think that's kind of the similar pattern that I'm seeing here.
So you think the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl this year?
I think the Ravens will make it to the Super Bowl.
And that leads me to my game, Chiefs-Ravens. Now, I'm done with this bullshit. Every year, doubting my own team. Oh, Chiefs aren't going to be able to do it this year. We don't have the firepower. The Bills are great. The Ravens are great. Man, fuck that. Chiefs beat the Ravens again this year. Rematch from last year. On the way to New Orleans for the Super Bowl with Kendrick Lamar ready to fucking roll. And I'm going there, baby.
And Taylor
As long as
Swift.
I win the lottery. Yeah, Chiefs win. I don't even know what the score is. 100-0. we don't have a lot of time. NFC, your matchup would be Lions, Eagles?
Yeah.
That's both of our matchups.
That's really good. Lions, Eagles.
Ooh, that's a good match.
Yeah, great matchups. I think
We
that's
can both predict this because it's our both.
that's the matchup that the world has been wanting.
I just have a weird feeling that Eagles win that.
Give me the Lions.
Whoa, we disagreeing, huh?
Give me Lions. I feel like the Lions have been put down beneath so much and doubted so much, and they finally got their knight in shining armor, Dan Campbell, coming to save this fucking team, putting this team on his back, okay? Dealing with all these injuries and people doubting them and this and that. They're not the same team. They lost Aiden Hutchinson. They lost this player. They have 17 players on the IR. And yet they're still winning. They're still fighting. They have so much grit. You could tell how much they want this. Give me the Lions going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, let me ask, I feel like if Hutchinson was there, it would change everything for me. That Eagles O-line, I don't think the Lions have the firepower to sack the quarterback, get to the quarterback, and get Saquon. I think that Eagles O-line is just too good. And I think if they had Hutchinson, it would kind of equalize it and balance out. Mm-hmm. But with Hutchinson out, because he wouldn't be back until the Super Bowl, so we'd have to play the Eagles game without him. I think that the Eagles would win that game because of that. In the trenches, it's all about the trenches, Andrea.
Mm-hmm. It is about the
D-line
trenches.
versus O-line, the trenches. The Eagles win that battle on both sides. I think the Lions have a good O-line too.
Mm-hmm. They do have a good O-line.
But the Eagles is better.
The Eagles is better by a smidge.
Give me the Eagles. That'd be a close game probably.
Give me the underdog. Give me the fucking Lions.
All right.
We're dealing with all the injuries.
Super Bowl time.
So you got Chiefs, Eagles rematch again.
Rematch. What is it with the Chiefs going into rematches in the Super Bowl?
What is it with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna cut the
bruh.
bullshit. I'm going to cut the bullshit. I think the Eagles win.
You think Eagles are gonna? I was about to say, damn. You're saying that.
It's honestly like kind of impossible to not be biased though.
It is. It's really hard.
Like, because I did doubt us last year. It's like, why do I doubt my own team? Or maybe that's why we won, because I kept doubting them. Maybe I need to doubt them again.
But now that you've discovered that, now it's not
Now
gonna
that I
work.
discovered it, I think that'd be an insanely good game, but Chiefs barely win in overtime again. You know
Damn.
how we win?
How?
By a pick 6. in overtime.
Wow.
Chris Jones. And then afterwards,
Oh
when he
my
goes
God.
to the celebration,
He front flips.
No, he chest bumps Andy Reid. Andy Reid goes back. There's a fucking backflip. And then somehow there's a cheeseburger in his hand.
I was about to say the cheeseburger and the chicken nuggets.
All right, Super Bowl would be
Lions.
Ravens.
Ravens, Lions. That's a really good Super Bowl right there. And I think
That's a good game.
I mean that would be an insane Super Bowl because I actually don't mind either of these teams. I don't mind the Ravens and I don't mind the Lions. Obviously, deep down inside, I'm rooting for the Lions because they're kind of like us, the Chargers, where they don't have a Super Bowl ring, and they're heavily underrated. But then we get the Ravens. They've won Super Bowl before. John Harbaugh has won a Super Bowl before, so he knows what it is like to be in that moment. But here's my thing about it. Lamar in the playoffs is I think if he figures it out against the Bills and he actually has an insane game, goes off, and he faces either the Chargers, the Chiefs, whoever that may be on that side, I think they would have a lot of momentum going into that. I think Ravens could win. I really do.
Good. Who do you think will win?
Ravens, I mean.
Really?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I think it's the Lions' year to go to the Super Bowl, but I don't think it's their year to win.
But you didn't even mention the fact that Hutchinson would play though.
I know, but he hasn't played in all this time, coming off an injury.
You don't think that would affect?
Will he play the same? I don't know. I can't rely on that. I can't rely on that just because he's missed so much time off injury. You're injured. You come back. And it's like you haven't played all this time. And then suddenly you come back and play the biggest game of your NFL career ever. This is what you dream of as a kid. This is what you work for your entire fucking career in life. To play this in this one game. Like, is he really going to step up? Is the pressure going to... I don't know. I wouldn't really like...
I agree the fact that I think that the Lions, it's like it feels so special this year, but with the injuries, it's gonna come to bite them eventually.
Yeah,
like,
it always does to every
they've
team.
dealt with the most injuries out of any team in the playoffs, and at some point, you're gonna go up against a team that is so good that they just beat you.
Yeah,
and I think you're right. I think the Ravens would win that game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully we're right.
Hopefully,
I can't wait. It's my favorite fucking time.
I hope I get surprised though. I hope there's a twist to everything. It always makes it more interesting.
Dude, I think I remember last year I did this and I had basically every single game wrong. Like it was insane. Like
yeah,
he was winning against the Bucks. I don't know. I had a lot wrong.
Because, like, if the Steelers win, the Texans win, and the Broncos win, like, this is completely going to look weird.
It's the thing that I love about the playoffs is that it could happen because it's one game.
It is. It's just one game. And also, you don't realize, like, what can happen during a game. Like, yeah, the odds could be the Ravens could win. What if happens if on a sack, TJ Watt is coming and he smashes Lamar and Lamar's leg is hurt. And now he's limping and he can't play now.
And their fucking backup just got off a 9-hour shift at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And fucking bagging fries. And you think he's going to send you guys to the NFC
Exactly.
Championship?
Exactly my point. So it's like anything like that could happen. Some freak weird shit.
But what I was saying was probably the best playoffs at any sport. Fuck baseball. Fuck basketball.
I agree.
I think basketball is plummeting. Like their ratings and like.
I think it is too. It's boring.
The last year's playoffs was like the worst fucking playoffs I've ever watched.
It was terrible. It was so boring.
NFL is always fucking good. I'm gonna sit home Maybe Drake.
Low key, baseball is kind of going up.
Like baseball is more entertaining than basketball now.
It is, especially with like these rivalries going on. This Chargers Dodgers rivalry is. Chef's kids, I love rivalries. That's what the fucking like every league needs. You know, if you don't have a rivalry and you guys aren't, you know, like big crowds and the stadium's packed out, like that's what really takes the game to a different level.
Maybe basketball needs to. Maybe they need to shorten the series, like kind of how baseball does, where like the first round is 3 games, and the second round's 5.
Oh yeah, they drag it on.
That, like,
I'm surprised that basketball
round, like
doesn't do one game.
Like a one game?
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't do one game.
Oh, it needs to be more than one.
Really?
But
you think so?
It should be exactly how baseball does it, where like slowly as you go on, the series
gets longer. 3, 5, 7.
But that's a whole other story.
Wait, it goes 3. If you're in the wild card, 3, 5, 7, and then 7.
But I can't wait. We're gonna watch every single game. I'm gonna pop a can of beer, maybe.
Yep, I'll pop several.
Time.
I'm going crazy. I'm just like,
really?
no, I can't. No.
The Chargers one will take a shot.
No.
No.
I don't. I'm not drinking right now, but I'll definitely be gambling.
All right, y'all. Appreciate the love. Head over to the Spotify. We upload all these on Spotify. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time, baby. Peace.
See ya.